Sunday! Yay! I know many people in the States are kind of out and about and visiting family for 4th of July weekend. So, um, oh, let's see. Oh, Susie had popped in. She was off grabbing some coffee. Hey, well, I hope everybody is having a fabulous time. For some reason on the live stream, it changed from 10 a.m. to 7 a.m. on its own, but I'm here at the normal time at 10 a.m. But anyway, those of you that are going to be jumping in, my name is Tara and I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, the link is down below to my website, www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. Have a lot of awesome stuff over there. I also have my newsletter, which I just sent out on the 1st. So it's the only time I email everybody is my monthly newsletter. And basically it has recipes, witchy DIY, YouTube channels that I'm watching, all kinds of good stuff, crystals that I'm using. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up. We are over 300 strong on the newsletter. I'm like, whoa, it's kind of crazy. Liesel, hey, how are you? All right, so, okay, have some good stuff cooked up for you guys. Let's see, I have my little notes here. I was thinking, there might be less people than usual just because, in the States, like I said, people are off celebrating the 4th of July, so, which is Independence Day. Sorry, just had to readjust. So I know people are kind of out and about. Anyway, okie dokie. The decks that I'm going to be using for this week's reading is my Wally's World, and it's a deck that I kind of use with everything. But if you're interested in my Wally's World, the link is down below. And I decided to pick some more fiery, I don't know, July type decks. So I have the Mars Power Tarot. I'm going to bust out my Pachamama runes. I have the Foxfire Kitsune Oracle and the Fairy Tale Oracle and the Tarot de Fuego. All right. So I also have picked out a very special spread that I created a while back for you guys. Geeking out, hello, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to cast an elemental circle. The whole purpose is just to kind of clear up the area so that all the messages that we get today are for our best and highest good with the best clarity so we get the best messages possible. And also, as I bust out my decks, if you guys want to bust out yours, I mean, that's one of my favorite things during the live chats is that you guys also, pop in too. What are your messages? Like, what is your intuition telling you? So we can kind of expand on our week's reading. Okay. All right, so starting off with the element of fire to help clear off our space, I have my new little candle here that I actually got at the dollar store. And it says, Let's Avocado. So I'm gonna be burning the little avocado, for a little, I would say, abundance magic for us. So let's go ahead and do that. And by the way, I'm wondering if anybody successfully grew an avocado tree from those little avocado pits. I've always gotten very close. My uncle was actually successful. Like, he actually grew a tree out of it. I was like, all right, so we have our little fire going just to help burn away anything that doesn't serve us at the moment. I have my piece of Palo Santo here. And we're going to use that to clear our space as well with air element. Geeking Out said that candle is adorable. I'm a newbie when it comes to tarot, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Well, hey, welcome. We all kind of learn off of each other. Everybody's got a unique way of doing things. All right, here we go. Palo Santo smells amazeballs. Okay. Let me just keep adjusting this. I just wanted to lower it so it doesn't look like I'm not wearing anything on camera. I'm just wearing a strapless top, that's all. Susie, hey, how are you? All right, so we're gonna bust out a little bit of water here. And this is my full lunar cycle water, so from new moon to full moon, while also it being it was the solar eclipse all the way to the lunar eclipse that we had. So go ahead and use that to clear up some stuff. Also a little bit for me, and it feels so good. It's actually not too hot today. It may get to 100 today, but it feels a little cooler. All right, and then for our earth element, and Susie's saying hello to everyone. For the earth element, I have this wand that James and I created for Desert Cauldron, which is our little witchy shop. And so this one is actually boar bone. We also have some citrine mixed in here with deer leather and a beautiful chlorite included quartz here. So lots of earthy but also solar energy. So I think this is fabulous. And also with any of our products that we've made using animal parts, we make sure that they are ethically sourced, because within our practice, we want harm to none. So, all right, so here we go off to the north, calling in the northerly elementals to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elements of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. And calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. Susie's got the little chili peppers. Okay, and then a little bit of sound clearing. So, whoa, a little too early there. So this one is attuned to the heart chakra. Let's go ahead and clear it all up. All right. Good stuff. Okay, so before we get into our reading today, if you guys want to go off and go get your decks, you can go ahead and do that. So whether you're using Lenormand, Kipper, Marseille, an RWS, an Oracle deck, whatever it may be. All right, Susie. Oh, hey, Annette, what's up? Okay, so while you guys are off maybe getting your decks or just attuning your intuition if you don't have a deck on hand, I want to show you something I was working on last night till like just after midnight. I was obsessed and I couldn't stop. Are you guys ready? Okay. Check this out. James got me one of those, was it Technic? You know, Lego. This is like a Lego Jeep, a Lego Rubicon. And it was like 665 pieces or something. But yeah, I was working on this all last night. So yes, guys, I love Legos. I love toys. So Geeking Out's like, OMG, I love Legos. Annette's like, that's awesome. Lisa was like, wow. But it actually does things. So there's a little turny thing in here, so I can actually turn the wheels. And since it's a Jeep, it has that sway bar disconnect, so it can go over things. I actually have little shocks in there for the back tires, and has a little door that opens. Too bad the steering wheel doesn't actually work. But yeah, there's that. And then in the back, you know, if you have your friends, you put the seat up. If you have no friends, you can put more stuff in the back of your Jeep, just like a normal Jeep. I know, I'm just like geeking out right now. And on my spare tire, I can just take that off in case I ever need to change up my tire. Oh, and then you can also check out underneath the hood. So I don't know, thought that was super cool. I love my little fenders, my little side mirrors, like. So maybe I took my little Jeep off-roading yesterday. I don't know. Anyway, that one. Oh, I forgot. There's also, it has actually a little like working winch in the front. So like I can tow myself out if I wanted to. Anyway, dude, kids have the coolest toys right now. I'm like, maybe I want to do another Lego thingy. Okay. Let's see. Geeking Out said my name is Melissa, but my friends call me Mel. All right. We will definitely call you Mel. Lisa's like, I want one. Susie's like, I love toys. Me too. And James is like, we both saw it at the mall. But you know, it was like kind of expensive because it's at the mall. So we looked online, we were able to find it cheaper. And then James got it for me because, you know, obviously I have a Jeep. So I was like, ah, I like couldn't stop. Yesterday, I was just like, I must finish my little Jeep. And then I must off-road it at least a little bit on my library books before I go to bed. um, Lisa's like, the winch makes it. Let's see. Annette says, please tell me you've used that to something. Yes, I have. I have used my Jeep. Oh yeah, to pull something. I'm going to do that today. I'll try out the winch today. Roberto, hello, hello. How are you? Happy Sunday. All right, you guys. So yeah, let's get into some stuff. So let me grab my little paper here. All right, and let's talk about the Mayan astrological message before we dive into the reading. So I know people were off getting their decks and things like that. Okay, so if you don't know, I am a Mayan astrologer. I do teach Mayan astrology through my school, Leon Mystery School, which you can find through my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. Okay, so today is 1 Imish. So we actually finished up our Tresena yesterday with the number 13. And so that was actually every time we hit a 1 or a 13, those are particularly powerful numbers, energetically speaking, in Mayan astrology. And so today being another powerful number, we have that 1 Imish. All right, let me see. Let me go back here to your guys' messages. Geeking Out says, I've been getting some Harry Potter Legos lately. Super cool. Oh, dude, my best friend would be putting those together with you because she loves, like, obsessed with Harry Potter. Susie said, the best Mayan astrologer. Thank you, thank you. Lisa bought a vintage string puppet this week. It's like one you had as a kid. You know what? I've been thinking about getting one of those like string puppets, and I was hesitant before because Wally and Loki would have destroyed my string puppet, but I do like little puppets. Oh, Susie said, E-shell approved. It is. All right. Okay. So 1 Imish today. So Imish represents the quote unquote left side of reality. So it's our intuition. It's kind of diving into the other realms, you know, anything beyond 3D, this particular dimension. And so 1 Imish today is all about our thoughts, our dreams, and grounding them into the 3D. So taking what you guys are seeing in the 4, 5D, you know, and above, and seeing how can I transmute that and put that into something into 3D. So today, ground those dreams, ground those ideas. Definitely, if you can, please jump into a meditation. And hey, if you stick around during this live chat, we're going to do a quick meditation at the very end. So there you go, your meditation for the day. And it's only like 5 minutes, so it's super short. But yeah, today, really good day to ground those ideas. So nothing too, it's, you know, you can't ever be too fantastical or too out there because the world is a magical place and it's much more than, as they say in Transformers, meets the eye. Let's see, Susie says, gonna be listening, not pulling cards. Okay, no worries, no worries. All right, let's see. Then we end our well, at least the vision for our week. Roberto said, meditation, please. Yes, yes, just stick around and we'll make sure we'll do that. So we end with 7 Monique on Saturday. So that way we have our full week's worth of Mayan astrological messages. And the number 7 is kind of smack dab in the middle of a tresena. And so usually they see the tresena as going up a pyramid, and at the apex of the pyramid would be that 7th day, which represents life and death and rebirth. And Monique is all about our governments, not only our external governments, but our internal governments, how we govern ourselves, and how we see the world governing itself, but also the physical laws of one's home country, state, or city. And so it's all about figuring out how we can transmute some of those laws, especially ones that we have I would say, a better hand on governing, which would be ourselves. How can we transmute some of those to be even better? So, and which ways are you guys governing yourselves? Are you a harsh dictator? Are you an easygoing president? You know, basically, how are you governing the self, and what can you change for the better? All right, so again, it's going to take a bit of meditation, especially when you look at it from the left side of reality, you know, taking that Emish energy with that Monique energy. If you go into meditation, what are some things that are coming up, you know, in the ways that we do things in our day-to-day lives? How much of that is stemming from pre-programming, and how much of that is the true you, your true essence? All right, so then we go into our herb of the week. So offer my witchy friends out there, or maybe you don't consider yourself a witch, but you do like playing with herbs, then this is for you. So I do like to utilize your herbs, and I know that around this time, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, there's a lot of outdoor things going on, barbecues and the like, and people are often barbecuing corn, or they're making elote or something, or, you know, maybe you're just, you know, shucking the corn a little bit and having, you know, that mixed, like a mixed veggie medley or something. But corn was seen actually by many cultures as a sign of fertility and abundance. So as you guys are peeling your corn cobs and taking the leaves off, save some of that corn silk, which dried, it'll start to look something like that. But corn silk is really good for protection spells, if you wanted to do that, and it's also really good for abundance spells, or anything having to do with maybe good luck, or if you want to do a bit of meditation. Remember, we're in the week of Emish, so it's all about going into meditation. It's all about accessing that higher self, that intuition. So hey, maybe you want to learn a little bit of this, but actually corn silk is really good in a tea. So those of you that like to make your own little tea recipes, which I do put a tea recipe in my newsletter in case you guys are interested. But yeah, so figuring out fun ways to utilize corn silk. And if you're wondering about the actual physical benefits of corn silk, not just the magical kind, it's said that if you take it in a tea, it's really good for people that are suffering from urinary tract infections. It helps to lessen the symptoms. It's also really good as a diuretic. And those people that are suffering from angina, it's also said to lessen those heart symptoms. So again, really good stuff, and it's right there on your corn. So let's see. I'll go back here. Susie said, love these tips. I can't believe I always forget about the newsletter. Need to sign up. Hey, yeah, no worries. Well, hey, it's actually, if you go to, I might have the link below, or it's through the website link. Okay, so there we go. All right, I think it's time for our spread. Yay! Okay, so this is a spread that I created, and it's called the Star Spangled Spread, and Susie said she'll find it. It's 9 cards, so kind of a big spread, but it's kind of based off of our song, you know, the Star Spangled Banner. So by F. Scott Fitzgerald, I believe. Yeah. I'm like, anyway, but it's not specific to those that live in the United States. And the reason I'm using the Star Spangled Spread is because we have our Independence Day tomorrow, actually, July 4th. So this has themes of it, but the questions are more general for everybody. So don't feel like if you're not in the US that you can't do this spread. This spread is for everybody. All right, so let me read off the questions to you guys, and then we'll do them one by one. And I'm going to use my Wally's World, and I'm also going to use the Mars Tarot. Oh, and then yes, Susie said, happy Canada Day to everyone from Canada. Okay, so here we go. Question 1. It says, by the dawn's early light, what is just beginning for you? Through the perilous fight, what is wearing you down? The rocket's red glare, root chakra check. Our flag was still there, an obstacle you overcame or a victory. Land of the free, an area of your life you feel most free and open. Home of the brave, an area of strength within your character. Okay, and then I took July 4th, 1776. That's when our Declaration of Independence was signed. And when you add up all of those numbers, it comes out to the number 5. So personal freedom, life change, opportunity, also the speed at which something occurs. So it says a life change bringing an awesome opportunity for you at this time. Declaration of Independence. Where do you need more independence? And lastly, question number 9, it says, in God we trust, e pluribus unum. What is within divine control? And meaning, what is not in your hands? What do you need to have faith in while you let the universe do its thing? All right, so see, like I said, it's more generalized questions, but I'm just basing it off of the Star Spangled Banner song. Okay, so here we go. I'm just making space on the floor here because it is 9 questions, so it takes up a little bit of room. Susie's like, or anywhere. Lisa said, let me wish you all a very happy Independence Day. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's bust out Wally's World. And like I said, if you guys want to grab your decks, go ahead. That would be fabuloso. And let's see what our theme is for this week. What's my little Wally Wallito say for our theme? Okay. All right. So we have this beautiful card with this fabulous tree, and here I have photoshopped Wally kind of sleeping underneath that tree. This particular image was submitted by Cosmic Creeper, and I believe this is in the Royal Botanical Gardens, and this is one of her favorite trees. She looks at it like a more like a grandmotherly type tree. Susie said tombstone, but you know what, Susie, there are parts of Tombstone that kind of look like that, so. Roberto said, thank you, Lisa, same to you. Aw. All right, okay, so let me dive into this one. What's our theme? What's this connection to this beautiful tree this week? Oh, okay. Right away, what the tree was trying to show me is strength this week, standing strong, not backing down, which is interesting. I know we have in the United States, we have our Independence Day tomorrow, but this week it feels like it's more about being uncompromising in certain aspects. Yes, when people, have a disagreement, it's good to be open to other people's points of view, even if you don't share those exact same points of view. But it seems like this is more at a moral level, core level. That when somebody is asking you to change or be a particular way, and that somebody who maybe has less self-esteem or boundaries may succumb to what that person is telling them to do or the way they need to think, just to neutralize the situation. I don't want to be a bother, so I'll just go along with what they say, or I really don't want to fight with somebody, so I'll just do what they say. And what the tree is telling us is, we don't have to share that other person's point of view, but we definitely also don't have to bend to their will just to make somebody else feel more comfortable. You can be a kind person without compromising who you are at your core. And so just like the beautiful tree in the picture, it doesn't stop being a tree because somebody else is upset with how that tree grows or what that tree looks like. The tree's not going to be anything else except itself. And so that's kind of the major message this week. And I know that's going to show up in different capacities with everyone. It might be more of a societal thing. Some people, it might be more like within your friends and your family, especially friends and family, because they are so close to our heart, that we don't want to do things that will hurt our friends and family or offend them. But at the same time, you can't compromise your true character and who you are just to make somebody else happy, in which case that's not love there, that's more fear of how that person is going to judge you or, whatnot. So this is all about standing your ground. Be you, be true. No need to be anyone else. And that might ruffle some people's feathers when you are just yourself. But you know what? That teaches them by you, leading by example to be yourself. Even if that upsets some people, that's more on them. All right. All right. Very interesting theme for the week. Lisa says, hey, I drew the Knight of Swords. Wow. And Susie's saying authentic self. Yes, definitely being your authentic self this week. And especially around your friends and family. Like I said, sometimes it's difficult because we want to make people happy, but at the same time we can't pretend to be somebody else. Geeking Out drew the Two of Swords. Oh wow, you guys are drawing the swords over there. So a lot of stuff going on up in the old cerebral. Okay, let's bust out the Mars Power Tarot so that we can start pulling cards in this major spread here. Okay, the Star Spangled Spread. Okay, so the very first question, you guys, is by the dawn's early light, what is just beginning for us this week? So what's on our plate? What's on the agenda for this week? So what is just starting off? Okay, by the dawn's early light. Okay. By the way, love this Mars Power Tarot. Check that out, you guys. Good stuff. Charlie Quintero makes some awesome decks. Okay, what is just beginning? Oh, okay. All right then. And we have the Six of Wands. Ooh, ain't that cool? All right, let me dive into this one. Six of Wands. What is beginning for us this week? Okay, interesting. So it feels like the start of this week because we are also at the start of a brand new trecena in Mayan Astrology. That as far as energy goes, I know we're in the Cancerian season, our little Cancer season there, and we are just coming off the vibes of the new moon. We're a few days in now. But it feels like we're in a place energetically where we have a little bit more spring in our step, so to speak. So if you were wanting to begin something, you wanted to start a little project, maybe you wanted to pursue a little love interest, trying something new, maybe going to a place you've never gone before, even if it's close by. Sometimes there are famous sites where people live that they have never visited because they're locals. And sometimes locals are like, oh, it's more of a touristy thing, but they've never visited there. So this is all about I'm just seeing being in kind of a good mood at the start of this week, and that giving you the little push you need to do something that you normally wouldn't do when you're feeling a little low energy or you got too much on your plate. But this week especially, it just kind of feels like what's starting for you is just that whatever you start, there's going to be a bit of magic behind you. You're just feeling a little lighter, just a little bit more energetic, and so you're more willing to try something new, which is going to work out in your favor. Wonderful experiences you guys can have. All right. Let's see what you guys got. And it's using the Radiant Crystal deck and Starkeeper's Tarot. I got Rutilated Quartz for the theme, manifestation, protection, and strength. And Lisa got the Queen of Swords. Annette got the Lovers. Whoa, this is more swords cards. And now we have the Major Arcana popping in. Interesting. I'm curious to see like how you guys are gonna pop off this week. Geeking Out got the Wheel of Fortune. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? Also, I was just noticing these two things from the theme, what's going on in the picture. Doesn't this also look like a tree? All this like explosion in the background. So these might also be connected. Having that little pep in your step, starting something new might actually be what some people are like, oh, that's out of character. Like he or she is normally a homebody. What are they doing out exploring and adventuring? But you can't go back to just be like, oh, whoa, I'm sorry, I forgot what character I am. I need to go back to being a homebody. Forget that little adventure I was going to go on. It kind of feels like that, where we don't, just because it's something we haven't done before and people are like, oh, wow, you never do that. Doesn't mean we can't try it. That's how we grow and expand, right? Susie said that's funny because Mars is leaving Aries into Taurus and Mercury is going into Cancer. A lot less heat. So much tension recently and explosive, yes. Should calm down a little at the end of the month. Yeah, definitely. Okay, our second question, through the perilous fight. It says, what is wearing you down? Okay, what might be wearing us down this week? So we might start off with a little pep in our steps, like, ooh, I could do that. I haven't tried that before. That seems fun. Sure, I'll try ghost pepper. Not really, but somebody might. Let's see. What is wearing us down this week? Let's see here. Oh, okay. Whoa, excuse you, cards. We have the 9 of Swords. All right, I'm pulling Swords cards now too. 9 of Swords. Oh my gosh, this lady's got so much on her mind. It's filling up her entire body now. Interesting. Okay, so what is wearing us down? Overthinking and assuming. That's what's wearing us down this week. So let's say, for instance, I don't know, I decide to go bungee jumping or something. Actually, guys, I don't know if I would actually do that because I have a fear of heights. But see, people know that I have a fear of heights. But one day I might be in such a good mood. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's try bungee jumping. And so, like, let's say that day comes, people might be like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that, especially if you haven't done it before. Or, wow, what are you doing? You're acting all crazy now. Like, I thought you had a fear of heights, So people, when you're doing something different than they're used to, that freaks them out because it's a little jolt of like, see, somebody else can break out of their little, personality mold. They can try different things and they can grow and they can adapt. And that kind of puts things on other people where they're like, oh, should I be growing and adapting right now? I don't know. This person's doing something on a character. It makes me feel all funny inside, And so with this 9 of Swords, it just started feeling like us overanalyzing and overthinking, like, oh, what will people think if I end up doing this, because they're going to freak out because it's out of my character, or, what if this happens if I try this? What if I fail? What if I'm no good? What if everybody laughs? And we don't know. It's just like this endless chatter from the ego, full of fear, 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 fear. Analyze, 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 instead of just being in the joy of the moment, going and doing the thing and seeing what comes of it, instead of thinking how everybody's going to perceive us and what other people are going to think about us. Okay, let's see. Lisa got the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and Mel got the Page of Swords. Susie says she loves that. So yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day I will go bungee jumping, and maybe some of my friends and family might have something to say like, oh my gosh, you've gone crazy. You're bungee jumping now? Yeah. But if I were in this energy, I might be like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do that because then what would my brother say, or my stepmom, or my dad, or, oh my gosh, what if some crazy things happened while I'm bungee jumping, and definitely don't want to be in that headspace. Okay, question number 3, as I'm just looking over at the candle of our little avocado candle. He's melting. Okay, question number 3. The rocket's red glare. Root check, root chakra check. So let's check into our root chakra. What's going on? What does our root chakra have to say? What's the message? Root chakra check. And if you're wondering, root chakra in its simplest form is to be considered our groundedness, our safety, our foundation, our home, all of those things that make us feel confident and safe and secure. Susie's got the music over there. All right, root chakra check. Ooh, Six of Pentacles. Lisa says, go against convention, the cards are saying. Yes. Geeking out. Mel got Three of Cups. Excellent. All right, let me dive into the Six of Pentacles. All right, root chakra. Okay, very good. It feels like there's quite a few people where the root chakra has got into a feeling of better security at this point, you know, in the month, in the week. Now we're at the beginning of July, actually. Enough to start working on our reciprocation, how we give and receive gifts, compliments, energy, you know, all of that are giving and receiving. And it looks like that if there are people that have had blockages in the root chakra area in terms of that, it seems like that is starting to become unblocked. I just see it flowing a lot more of giving and receiving, giving and receiving. So definitely feeling a lot more stable in that root chakra, which I think is also what gives us the confidence, like I said earlier this week, that we seem to have a bit more pep in our step to try new things, more apt to try new things when we are feeling like we're coming from a very stable and safe place. And also, we're less likely to budge when others have differing opinions or they want us to change or bend because it would make them feel more comfortable, less likely to do that if our root chakra is feeling stable, which it seems like it is. All right, so yeah, Six of Pentacles. Let's see here. Annette got the Four of Swords. Susie says, love you guys. Need to run. All right. You have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your Sunday. And if nobody's working tomorrow, hey, have a fun 3-day weekend. Same to you, Susie. Have a happy 4th. All right. All right. Okay. So let me put that there. And let's go into question 4. Hold on. Let me turn my thingy over here. Okay, our flag was still there. So an obstacle or a victory we might overcome this week. So an obstacle or victory we may overcome this week. All right, our flag was still there. Something we're going to overcome this week. Oh, we got the Fool card. Isn't that the perfect card for that one then? All right. Mel got the Ace of Swords. So many swords energy, you guys. Like, dude. Okay. Let me just readjust my leg here. Excuse me, little Jeep. All right. So with the Fool card, let me again just dive in. Okay, so it's going off of the other cards that we've already looked at thus far. You know, that feeling a little bit more secure, a little bit more stable, kind of working on the receiving aspect, but also your giving aspect. And so in that energy, feeling a little more apt to try something new, a little bit out of your comfort zone, but also working on your solar plexus energy, your boundaries when it comes to people wanting you to shift and change according to how they wish to view you. And so the challenge that's overcome this week is the fear of the unknown. You know, with the Fool card, you know, it's like the outside world sees this person as a fool because they don't know what lies beyond. But really, those people are just coming from a place of ego where their fear is keeping them back from ever trying new things, just like you're about to do, because you are connected to your intuition. You're feeling grounded, but you're also connected. And so you're like, sure, I don't know what lies ahead, but I'm confident enough in myself to know that whatever happens, I can get through it, and I may just have a little bit of fun in the process. So this is a really awesome energy to be in, and a really great way to boost one's self-esteem. You know, that if you can do this and you start doing it enough times, it becomes second nature, where every time something changes in your environment and it's time for you to try something new, it becomes less scary because you're like, oh, I did this like 1,001 times already. You know, I'm used to just trying new things and seeing how it turns out. So that's definitely something many of us are going to overcome this week, is these feelings of the Fool card. right, cool beans. I like it. Okay, let's see what you guys got. Lisa got the Seven of Pentacles. Annette got the Ten of Swords. Princess, what's her name, got the Star. Mel says, what would the Ace of Swords mean for me? I'm a super newbie. Oh, and hey, Michelle, how are you? Okay, so let's see for an obstacle. Well, if we just wanted to look at it from its very basic meaning, you know, we think of the sword suit as being, you know, our ideas or our thoughts. So it could be overcoming a particular idea maybe that you have about yourself, you know, but we can take that meaning of the card, you know, something with some sort of new idea about self or about the world or some new action that's being taken and applying that to your intuition. So just kind of listening, what message feels right to you as you connect it to your intuition, that swords card. Do you feel like this week might be a week where you see yourself in a different light? You start having different beliefs or ideas about yourself, or perhaps it could be beliefs, ideas, and some sort of action taken on that belief and idea this particular week. So could be somewhere in that realm, but just, you know, I would say match it to what your intuition is saying as well. Okay, question número 5, number 5, land of the free. So let me just read my own writing here. An area of your life you feel most free and open. Okay, so this is what we should keep in mind kind of this week. So an area of our life we feel most free and open will definitely help us with that Fool card energy. All right, land of the free. An area of our life we feel most free and open. Mel says, I did go through a rough patch last month that was very emotionally draining, and I feel like it's had me take a different approach to things. All right, so then that's perfect. You know, this upcoming week then is maybe, you know, some of those ideas then, if you've just gone through something difficult, you know, obviously your point of view has shifted and changed, you know, about yourself. And so, yeah, maybe trying out some of those new ideas you have of self. So that's cool. Definitely cool. Princess got 9 of coins. Okay, oh, looks like we have our card for land of the free. So what area do we feel most free? And Lisa got the Lovers. Interesting. I got the Hanged Man. Annette got the Wheel of Life. Dang, this reading is heavy. Isn't that the second Wheel of Fortune card? I think somebody else pulled the Wheel of Fortune as well. Mel got the King of Cups. All right, so an area of our life that we feel most open and free. Let me dive into this one because I'm thinking like Hanged Man, that for me is just all about kind of like a stillness and a pause, but let's see what I get here. Oh, this is interesting. The message is coming through. Okay, for many of us, the area in our life that we feel most open and free is actually when things get difficult for us. I know that seems like the opposite. Like we wish things were just kind of, you know, easy all the time, but it seems like when things get really tough in terms of flow, like you're trying to figure out, how am I going to do X, Y, and Z? Doesn't matter what area of your life that may be in. But when you're forced to look at very few options at hand, you know, like let's say your options are really limited, it forces you to get really creative about, you know, making money, about romance, about, you know, your friendships, you know, so on and so forth, you know, your home life, all of that. You start to get a lot more creative when you have less at hand and it feels like the world around you is being quite restrictive. However, even though in the ego sense, we may be frustrated, like, oh, I feel like I'm trapped in a box and I don't have anywhere to go. The higher self, however, is just reveling in, I get to be extremely creative about this situation. And when you do eventually get yourself out of that situation, then it's this feeling of massive joy. It's like being able to figure out a Rubik's cube, and it finally all lines up. You know, you've taken this limited amount of, you know, things to get your mission complete, or whatever it is that you choose, whatever your mission is, and you feel really good about yourself afterwards because you're able to not have all your resources at hand. You didn't have all the people at your disposal. It was just maybe you, couple people, couple of items, and you're able to MacGyver it, and you did a great job. So that's actually where a lot of us tend to feel most free, is when we're forced to be creative. Interesting message from the Hanged Man. Well, I guess, yeah, being in that paused position, being forced to just look at a very few things and really dig deep in that creativity. Very cool. Let's see. Princess says, I pulled the Hangman for the first position. Dude, synchronicity. Super cool. All right. Let's see. Number 6. We have Home of the Brave, an area of strength within your character. All right, guys, where you got some of that strength? Let's see. What area of our life? So we have our strength of character. An area of strength within your character. Your character. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm guessing that's going to be our card. All right, and we have the Page of, yeah, that's the Page of Cups. Interesting. Is there a little person sleeping in there? Yes, that is a little person sleeping within that cup. Okay, so an area of strength within our character. Okay, interesting. An area of strength within many of our characters is the ability, on the outside, people see you as extremely lucky. What's actually going on is that many times you're guided by your guidance, your higher self, and sometimes it's so second nature, you feel as though you just happen upon, you know, certain things, situations, people that can help get you out of sticky situations. So it's more like you have a really good internal guidance system that helps get you out of those situations. On the outside, everybody's like, dude, that person's so lucky. They always just, everything just always seems to work out for them for the best. And so, you know, although the situation may be ongoing or, you know, it may take a while, eventually you do always seem to land on your feet. Just like a kitten. Let's see, what else did you guys get? Annette got the Emperor. Lisa said my deck spat out the Justice card. And Mel got Judgment. Princess got the Ace of Coins. Lisa's like, wow. Wow, indeed. Okay, okay, all right. I'll take that. That's good. Okay, and now we get into a bit of numerology. 7 plus 4 plus 1776 is 5. So for this week, a life change bringing an awesome opportunity. So what life change, you know, and well, technically we can say every decision we make is a life changing decision because it just like changes where we are on our timeline and our little journey goes here and there. It's actually a lot of fun. So it's all connected to our life. It's all life changing. Okay. Oh, my avocado melted. Okay, looks like we have our card as it's getting spat out there. So a life change bringing an awesome opportunity for us. We have the Two of Wands. Okay, let me dive into this one. Life-changing opportunity. Okay. All right. So again, I'm getting some sort of stillness. You know, at the very beginning with our theme card, we had that tree, that very stable, very grounded tree. I don't feel that this week is super, super, super fast paced, at least for you, because for all your cards, it's been all about not stagnant. Stagnant's not the word, but just groundedness, I suppose. You know, with the hangman, there's a bit of stillness, but you know, the hangman getting creative. With a tree, there's obviously a lot of stillness, but at the same time, there's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of stuff going on inside of a tree. And then with this one, our Two of Wands here, it feels like that this is a perfect week for reflection. And so us coming from a lot of momentum, I would say, you know, towards the end of June, we've been busy. We're off doing a lot of things for the majority of us. I'm not saying every single one of us, but, you know, just being really busy doing things. And now it's like, gosh, what does it feel like? It's like we've been on this roller coaster and now it's coming up to this little peak. And it's like where things just kind of slow down and you're on that peak just before you crest. And to me, that's the kind of position we're in for this week, is just kind of like hanging there, figuring out stuff about our life, about ourselves, you know, finding our strengths and our boundaries before after this week is just all the way back down that roller coaster. But the awesome life-changing thing about this week is being able to have that time for self-reflection, reflecting on where am I right now? Is this the way I want to do my daily life? Is this the way I want to continue my spiritual practice? Is this the way, you know, I would like to handle my mental health or my physical health? You know, what's working, what's not working? This is a great time for that. And then we can start making choices after that. But sometimes it's harder to reflect when we have so much going on in our life and it seems like things just slow down just a hair, so that we can have that moment of reflection, which is a life-changing opportunity. You know, when we're able to reflect, of course, we make better decisions, at least decisions that are more for our best interest. Okay, interesting. Okay, what else did you guys get? Mel got the King of Pentacles, Princess the Two of Swords, Liesel the Five of Pentacles, and Annette the Seven of Swords. Pentacles and swords. Pentacles and swords. Let me see. Do I have a pretty good mix here? Yeah, I have one sword, one pentacle, one cup, one wand, or no, two wands now. So basically all four elements plus a couple of major arcana. It seems like a pretty balanced week as well. Interesting. Alrighty then, moving right along. All right, Declaration of Independence. Okay, we have, where do you need more independence? Princess says, have all swords and pentacles and majors. So definitely all kinds of stuff to do with your 3D material world, something else to do with ideas, the way one thinks and operates, and then some major arcana. So that's some major stuff going on. Interesting. I love that the cards just fly out of this deck. Okay, well, that's also our card. Okay, so where do we need more independence with this Declaration of Independence? Queen of Wands. All right, so now I have 3 Wands cards, so a little bit of that fiery energy this week. Fire. All right, Queen of Wands. Let me dive into her. Where do we need more independence? Okay, the wands could mean anything, but that creativity is coming up again. Remember when I talked about the Hanged Man, and that stillness, that reflective period is actually giving you an opportunity to get creative, which is actually one of your character strengths. You can get very creative when your sources become devastatingly limited. You actually shine and do really well. I would akin that to, well, I know it sounds cheesy, but you know, a certain rock under pressure becoming a beautiful diamond, you know, coal under pressure. And so this is definitely a time to really tap into your creativity, which also means to tap into your higher self. Like I said, we're in the week, the next 13 days are going to be under the Lord of Emish, and Emish being a very feminine energy, actually, even though day signs in Mayan astrology are meant to be masculine. Emish is a very feminine energy, so it's a very balanced energy in essence. It has both the masculine and the feminine within it, one being a masculine number as well. And yes, this is just really tapping into yourself and going from there, regardless of the opinions, thoughts of others, and just doing what feels right. All right. I love that. That's super cool. Let's see what you guys have here. Mel got the Two of Pentacles, Princess the Three of Wands, broke the streak. Oh. Lisa said, crikey, the 10 of Cups. And Annette, another sword. Another sword. 5 of Swords. Okay. Good lordy. See, this is why the live chats are awesome, because as I'm pulling cards, you guys are pulling cards, and you guys get to see like the synchronicity within each of our readings. You know, people are just busting out swords cards and, you know, major arcana cards and pentacles. Although, yes, we did have a streak breaker with the wands over there. Okay. Our final card, E pluribus unum, in God we trust. Okay. What is within divine control this week? Meaning what is not in your hands? And that's something to know, because depending on, well, some of us, we have exaggeration within our astrological signs. We want to control everything. And sometimes it's good to know when, you know what, best not put your energy towards that, because it's simply out of your control. So why don't you put your energy towards things you do have control over? Okay, so what's out of our control this week? What is in the hands of the universe? Let's see. So we could put our attention towards our creativity instead. All right. Okay. That's our card. I get you. Dude, how many people pulled the Wheel of Fortune? Princess got Justice. Dude, is this like the third Wheel of Fortune, perhaps more, that everybody has pulled throughout this spread? This is so interesting. Okay, so what is up to divine control? That's almost a cheeky answer, I think. Mel got the Three of Wands. Okay, I have the surface answer, but I'll dive a little bit deeper. Okay, no, it was the answer I was feeling first. Timing. You know, we have these ideas for things that we want to do. We have, you know, perhaps we'll be forced to become creative this week, you know, which is a bit of stillness, a bit of reflection as well. And also at the same time, building our character, our strength, and understanding who we are, knowing who we are, so that we can't be shaken by anyone else's thoughts or beliefs about us. But exactly when our manifestations occur, when our quote unquote dreams come true, the timing, that should be left up to the universe. Knowing that eventually it will come to fruition in whatever form that may be in, know that that will happen. It's just the timing in which that happens, leave that to universe. I know that many times we want to force the hand of time and say, no, I must have this by next week, or within 2 days, or 12 hours from now. But really, that is out of our control this week. All right, Wheel of Fortune, y'all. Oh my gosh. And then Lisa got Judgment after Mel's Three of Wands. Dude, this is amazing as I look at my little spread on the floor. Dude, amazing cards for this week. Like what you guys were pulling, what I was pulling. Mel says, what would the Three of Wands would be for you this week? Okay, and then you just got the Three of Wands for the last one. It just generally speaking, although like I said, always go with your intuition. Like as you look into the picture of that card, like kind of what is coming to you, and make sure you take notes on that as well, you know, for your own intuition. But I would say the people that come in to help, the energies that come in to help with the things that you're doing this week, perhaps that may be out of your control. You know, maybe that's the little surprise the universe has for you. It's like the person that you least expect is the person that actually comes to your aid and says, hey, let me give you a hand. That was just what was coming to me, but you know, definitely check that against your intuition as well. Okay, so let's close this up here. And we are on to our elemental forecast. All right, I brought my Pachamama runes for that. So you guys, oh, you're very welcome. Let me know your elemental signs. So what is the element, meaning if you're a Leo, let's say, you would be a fire sign. So what is your element for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising? I would be air, water. It's because I'm Gemini, Libra, Scorpio rising. So double air, one water. Two airs to rule them all. But only water will save them. Anyway, Lisa, you know, I love saying your elements, Lisa. Earth, water, water. I feel like that needs to be a song. It should be a song. The earth, water, water. Said earth, water, water. Let's see. Princess said rising and moon are fire, both Leo, and air sign sun is Libra. Kayla, hey, what's up? Okay, let's and Kayla is water, fire, air, unite. Nice balance there. Geeking out is a Libra sun, so air, Scorpio moon for water, and rising in Pisces, water. All right. Let's see. Let's do, what sign should we do first? Let's do fire. Let's do fire. Michelle is double earth, water power. All right, double earth and water power back there. Lisa says it should be a song, Defo. It should. It should. Okay, let's do fire, and then Michelle was coming back with the double punch of earth, so maybe we'll do earth right after fire. Let's see. Okay, fire. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, we have the cocoa leaves. Let me dive into this one. A little extra message for our fire signs, whether that is in your sun, your moon, or your rising, or perhaps elsewhere in your chart. Okay, so of all the things going on this week and all the messages that we heard, you know, about being true to self, but also that there might be a bit of a pause this week, you know, where we're kind of in limbo, but it giving us a good time to reflect on things, and also forcing us to get creative because things aren't moving as quickly, you know, as we would like. But, you know, it's all about you shifting and changing and growing and really becoming solidified in who you are, that you need to also have gratitude in that, to really show yourself some gratitude for, you know, all that you've accomplished, all that you've recognized about yourself moving forward. And, you know, I know that we often show gratitude for everything around us, almost like externally, like, you know, thank you for the roof over my head, and thank you for the clothes on my back. Thank you for, you know, my friends and my family. Yes, those are wonderful things, and we should have gratitude for those things, but also for ourselves, because we are also a part of those things. You know, we're in the physical world, it seems like we're separated because we wear these little human suits, and, you know, so does everything else. But you strip away all of that, all that's left is pure energy, in which there is no separation, everything is connected. And so in keeping that in mind, one would definitely show gratitude to self, because that's also showing gratitude to the world. So yes, show gratitude for all the external, but don't forget to show gratitude for all the internal, everything that is you and inside of you. So it would really behoove you, Leo, or I say Leo, fire signs. I don't know why I keep thinking of Leos right now. Maybe I'm talking to some of you Leos out there, but definitely for the fire signs, that would be something really beneficial for you guys this week, is to make sure that that is also in your practice. I think it's really going to help you guys with a sense of groundedness, and also giving you clarity about what you want to do next. Is, every time you stop to think about, I've done a good job with that, okay, let's move on, instead of just pushing it aside for the next thing and the next thing. It does help with manifestation. Okay, Geeking Out said, OMG, this reminded me when I was younger and I'd watch Captain Planet and the Planeteers. I love that show. Yeah, when they put their rings together. Okay, so Michelle was coming in with her double earthiness over there, so it made me think of Earth, so we'll do Earth next. Okay, Earth signs, all my little Earth babies. Ooh, looks like you guys have a lunar cycle here. Okay, I'm already kind of getting the message. All right, Earth signs. You guys especially are in a waiting period. I know that this is the week of just, things kind of, just hanging, not too much progression going on this week. But for Earth signs especially, it seems especially still, which may frustrate many air signs. They may have these deadlines in their mind that they've created for when they would like to see an accomplishment of something. I want to see this completed by, as if there's an expiration date. And this is just a message coming in from the Earth signs that it's like, you can't push the expiration date. You can't push when the project gets completed. Like we said before, leave that up to the hands of the universe, but as far as doing everything that you can in the 3D and, energetically speaking, do what you can, put it out there, and just know that it is getting picked up by the universe. It will come to fruition. Maybe not exactly how you have it envisioned, but it will happen. It just may not happen as quickly as you would like. So this is all about stillness, extra stillness for our Earth signs. So this, actually, that message I had earlier about stillness may be affecting our Earth signs most prominently. Okay. All right. Let's also go to, let's do air signs. Yeah. So we had a lot of air signs I saw in here. And me, I'm a Gemini sun, and I'm a Libra moon. And I tend to have a lot of air elsewhere in my chart. Okay. We have a rainbow. Okay. Let me dive into this one. This one's a two-part message, actually, for all the air signs out there. So the things that you are working on this week, like I said, we're going to be kind of in this limbo, but also, it's a great chance to look at just where you are on your path and everything that we do in our day-to-day lives in terms of helping our mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health, and all of that. And it does feel like air signs especially might have some folks coming in to help them out, perhaps where they least expect it. And that's where I get all the colors of the rainbow. It seems like this multi-person effort to help you with your thing. So it may not just be one person helping you with the whole project, but perhaps a particular piece of it. And I say project because I look at our life like a project. So it may not actually be like a like a little Lego Jeep like I was doing, maybe not that kind of project, or maybe it is, but more just whatever it is that you're doing in life, people coming in to help you this week that you may least expect, but it being a group effort, and they may not even know they're helping you with something. Perhaps their energy, something they said, it gets you kind of thinking, gets the wheels and the cogs in motion for the next thing. So I said it was a two-part message. The other part, let me tap into this one real quick too, is understanding that there's multi-layers to every situation, every discussion, every person. You know, when we look at a rainbow, the longer you actually try to look at it, you notice that there are so many other colors to that rainbow. Sometimes you glance, you just see a couple of colors, but the more you kind of look, there's some colors that are kind of faded in the sky, but you know, it's still a part of that rainbow. And so whatever it is that you end up discussing with people this week, or whatever situation's going on, know that it will take some time to actually understand the full gravity of what's going on, you know, instead of just having a very narrow focus based on a particular belief or opinion. So this is just all about grounding yourself so that you can get more information in order to have a better idea of your next step, or what you would like to do next, or even what you would like to say next. All right, so little air signs. Okay, let's go into water. Water babies. Okay, let's see here. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. All you wet and wily ones. Okay, let's see what I have here. Ooh, I have the puma. And actually, Ish, not Emish, which is today, but Ish is the name for the jaguar in Mayan astrology. So it's all about like laying low and gathering all the information before they decide to pounce. But let me dive into this for our water signs. This feels just like gathering intel. Oftentimes when, if we were out and about where mountain lions roam, which I did used to live in a place that had a lot of mountain lions, you don't know really when a mountain lion is scoping you out. It's very quiet. Everything about it, in nature-wise, is meant to make the jaguar, the cougar, the mountain lion, a very apex type predator. You know, so it's very quiet, it's very calculating, it just kind of watches the situation. And so for water signs this week, it feels like it would behoove you to kind of watch and see first, kind of what's going on, where people are coming from, what are they thinking, what's you know, behind, you know, the facade of a particular situation, before you spring into action with what you want to do next. So not only is this a week of stillness, which is going to help you out, but also to really watch and do a lot of listening, watching and listening. So try to listen more than you speak this week. Really try to take in as much information. Oftentimes we get, especially if there's a situation or a discussion that really intrigues us, we may want to talk. But in this case, it would really help you just to try and listen more to what is being said and what does that mean to you. Like put that through your internal guidance system. So a lot more just listening for our water signs this week. All right, interesting. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put this to the side. And the special question. Okay, guys. So on my YouTube channel page, I always put 4 questions that you guys get to vote on. So my channel members, they get to have a vote. The public gets to have a vote. And my Patreon homies, they get to have a vote. So technically, if you're on Patreon or you're a YouTube member, you get 2 votes because you get to vote privately, but then you also get to vote on the public forum. So there was one question that had majority vote in all 3 areas, and that question was, which psychic ability needs nurturing at this time? Okay, so which psychic ability needs nurturing? And for that, I'm gonna bust out the Foxfire Kitsune Oracle. All right, so which psychic ability needs nurturing at this time? Okay. Let's go ahead and give this a shuffle. What psychic ability needs nurturing at this time? Boop, boop. Okay, okay. We got our card. Okay, which psychic ability needs nurturing at this time? We have the gift of connection. All right, let me dive into this one. Such beautiful art, by the way. So gorgeous. Okay, let me dive into this. Claircognizance is actually coming to mind. I don't know how many of us would consider ourselves claircognizant, but it seems like this is especially coming through for people who maybe haven't utilized the claircognizance much, maybe haven't tried tapping into it all that much, just because it may not be our strongest way we intuit information. Some people go by feelings. Sometimes they see things in their mind. Perhaps they, hear particular messages, so on and so forth. There's a multitude of ways people access information. But it seems like claircognizance might be one that we want to focus on this week and try to strengthen. And if you're wondering what that is just a clear knowing. It's sometimes when you look at a particular situation or person and you automatically just know something about that situation. You don't know why, you don't have any rhyme or reason. There isn't like any like hard evidence that you can give that you know of. It's just I know something, about this person. I know something about this situation. I don't know how I know, I just know. That's your claircognizance coming through. And so the way you strengthen any of your clairs, any of your ways that you intuit information, is to trust in it. That's really the only way we can strengthen something, is to have faith that what's coming through is from our best and highest good. And how do we know it's our best and highest good? Is because we are grounded, we are connected. That's how you know what's coming through is truth. But it's going to take faith on your end, belief. And the more we do that, the stronger that particular type of intuition becomes for us. Just like somebody who might be clairvoyant and they see something in their mind, and they could ignore it and decide, oh, that's just mental garbage going on, that's not anything. If you do that most often, then of course it's going to be harder to access clairvoyance because it's constantly being shut down or discriminated against, saying, oh no, that's nothing. So this is just, if you're just knowing something and that pops up into your head and you don't know how, I would say go with it this week and see how that turns out for you. And you may notice that the more you do this, the easier it is to access your claircognizance. All right, so claircognizance, you guys. All right, let me go back here. Ishani, hello, hello. Hey, hey. All right, you guys, so work on that claircognizance. And actually, I'll say that that's something that isn't one of my strongest parts of how I intuit things either. Like me, I'm very clairvoyant, I'm very clairaudient. I'm clairsentient, I feel things, but when it comes to claircognizance, I'd say that's one of James's actually strong suits. So maybe that's something I could work on this week as well. So, but same for you guys. Okay. You guys, everybody who's in here right now is able to do the viewers poll. So you guys get to vote live on the question that I pull a card next. And the deck that I'm going to use is the Fairy Tale Oracle. I don't know, I just thought this might be a little funsy deck. Some people are freaked out by the gigantic eyes on these paintings, but I don't know, I kind of weirdly like them. Okay, so here are the questions. Question number 1, where in my life am I afraid to fight? And I was kind of thinking of like, Independence Day and all of this stuff, but really, and I'm not saying physically fighting people, but more like fighting for a belief or fighting for, your right to be who you are, and those types of things. When I talk about fighting, I'm not talking about physically fighting people. Okay, so that's question number 1. Question number 2, A message from the 5D. I thought that might be a fun question for us since today is an Emish day and it's all about the other realms and dimensions. So why not pop in and like connect to one of those dimensions? I thought that might be funsies. Okay. Michelle says, I find claircognizance is harder to pinpoint when there are other clairs that are stronger. It becomes way more subtle. Exactly, which is why I think, it's more difficult for me because all my other sources of intuition start like overcoming it. And I don't know, I'm going to try to figure out how to focus more on that this week. We'll see if I can hush the other ones a little bit more. Okay, so if you guys like the first question, where in my life am I afraid to fight? Then vote with a red heart emoji, or if you're at a computer and you don't have emojis, just type the words red heart. Okay? Question 2, a message from 5D. If that's the question you want me to pull a card for, vote with a green heart emoji, or if you're at a computer, just type the words green heart. All right? Red heart, where in my life am I afraid to fight? Green heart, a message from 5D. All right, you guys, cast your votes. And Kayla's already coming in with a green heart. Ishani coming in with the red heart. Princess coming in with a green heart. Liesl coming in with a green heart. do 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 do. And Michelle coming in with a green heart. MJ coming in with a green heart. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, so far we have 5 green hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 red heart. Do we have any more votes? I'll start shuffling my little cards here. That's the back of this deck, by the way. The Fairy Tale Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. And we'll get these all nice and shuffled. And it looks like it's going to be a landslide with the green hearts. But let's see. Okay, countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, green hearts win. Okay, so the green heart is a message from 5D. Okay, guys. This might take an extra little meditation here. Okay. A message from 5D. Here we go. Message from 5D. All right, looks like we have our card. Put that down. Let's see what we have here. Oh, it's the same, it's the artwork that's on the cover of the deck. The Little Match Girl, choice. Okay, that's interesting. I'm getting all kinds of messages at once. Give me a second because tuning into a different realm, a little bit extra. Okay. Here we go. Give me a second. Message from 5D. Something that's unique about planet Earth and all of its inhabitants, whether you inhabit a human form or otherwise, is the ability to have choice. In the energetic realms, time is not linear, therefore choice is much more malleable, much more fluid, and the results of those choices are happening at the same time we make those choices. However, on Earth, we can follow one's choice like a spider web. A choice is made, which opens up a plethora of routes one can take. Another choice is made to follow a particular route, which thus leads to another choice and another choice. The misconception many have is that in certain situations we may not have choice. But what we beg you to see is that in all situations there is choice. The choice could be physical, the choice could be mental, emotional, perhaps it's a spiritual choice, but it's a choice nonetheless. As you move and navigate within your world, know that you're making choices at all times. In fact, many are making choices right now as they listen to this message. Choices happen within a fraction of a second in your linear time. It's just later, it may take time to see the physical effect of the energetic choice that was made. The biggest harm one can do is to feel as though they are powerless, as if there is no choice. Know that this is an illusion. One always has choice. It may take time to figure out where and in which way we can make these choices, but a way is there nonetheless. And once you claim that power, you claim the power of your life in its entirety and its trajectory. And if all beings could unite and take responsibility for the choices that are made, great magic could be made on this planet, as it does already fabulously. Therefore, as you walk along your life's path, be cognizant of the choices that you make, no matter how big or how small. And it is very empowering to know that you decide the next step in your path. We talk about the universe as if it is something external to you, that there are some things that are out of your control. In a way they are not, in a way they are. You are the universe. So in essence, you are creating the outcome at the same time you are making the choice. The timing of that outcome, yes, perhaps may be out of your hands. But you hold the power of choice. Okay. Whew. Alrighty then. Biggie message. Lisa says, guess what? Yes, I drew the Wheel of Fortune this time. All right, so many Wheel of Fortunes. Oh my gosh. Whew. Big message, you guys. Just like this little girl holding the flame, we hold it as well. Wow. Something to keep in mind and perhaps journal about later. All right. I know, Kayla, what a message. Wow. Okay. We have come to the part in our reading and our time during this chat where we get to do a little bit of healing. So remember I said at the very beginning that if you wanted to do a healing and just a quick little meditation, I don't take too much time. It's about 4 or 5 minutes or so, but it's just that time for you. It's for yourself to just quietly ground, connect. I'll walk you through it. It's a guided meditation. All you have to do is just allow yourself to relax and listen to the guidance. That is all. I have my drum here. So it's a little drum that I made with my little wolf that I drew. And I'm just going to take you through that quick guided meditation. All right, so think about all the messages that you heard during this broadcast and which of them felt like they connected to you. And think about what you would like to intend for this particular week. What do you want to bring in as far as those messages go? And also for bringing something in, what do we want to release? Think about the messages about release, maybe things that we want to avoid, or things like that. So keep that in mind while I take you through this little guided meditation. All right. Find yourself a nice, comfortable space. You could be sitting on the floor on a towel like I am, or you could be sitting in a nice cozy chair, a couch, maybe you're laying down on the bed. All I ask is that you try and keep the spinal cord as straight as possible, as if somebody took a little string and pulled on the top of your head and lifted up your spinal column. You don't have to be so rigid, just make sure that your spine is nice and straight. I consider that our tree of life, and so that as we ground and connect through that tree of life, which is our stability, our tree trunk, our spinal cord. Okay, so get yourself nice and cozy. If your shoulders are tense, go ahead and drop the shoulders away from the ears. Let the neck become a little more malleable. Relaxing the upper arms, your forearms, your hands and your fingers. Relaxing the muscles in your torso, your hips especially. Just let those relax. Let them just fall away. And relaxing your thighs, calf muscles, your feet and your toes. Just let it all chillax for the moment. And bring your awareness inside. If you want to close your eyes, you may do so. Bring your awareness towards your breath. And notice the rise and fall of your chest. Without judgment, we're just noticing. Where do you feel your breath? Is it in your throat? Your chest? Are you feeling it all the way down into the abdomen? Solar plexus area? Is your breathing rapid? Is it slow? Just making notice. And now at this time, I want you to focus on your intention. Think of those messages that really resonated with you today. And what do you want to bring in this week? We're at the beginning of a brand new week, a brand new month, a brand new tresena. You have all this magic surrounding you, those beautiful number ones. And I want you to just keep that in mind as we move on to the next step. The next step is to focus on roots. Imagine roots coming out of your posterior, your legs. Beautiful, beautiful earthen roots. And these roots, you see and you feel them moving down your chair or your bed, down past the floorboards, carpet, concrete slab, down into the earth. Let these roots twist and turn and tangle with all the other root systems on this planet, reminding you of your oneness. The root systems of plants and trees, yes, but also the energetic roots of crystals, of animals, of your fellow human, all twisting and turning together as you reach towards the core of Mama Gaia. And as you reach that core, envision those roots wrapping around the core tightly, and you feel secure, grounded, and stable. And you breathe in that Gaian energy, that Terran energy. Breathe it in. All the way up your roots, all the way into your body, filling every cell, every molecule, every muscle, every organ, everything. Breathing in that Terran energy. and letting it fill your body as it blasts out of your crown chakra up towards source. And that earth energy ignites source like a bright white heat. And that light comes raining down all over the outside of your physical body, but also internally as well, through the highest chakras down, filling every cell, every molecule, every organ, every limb, everything. Two energies balanced as one, earth and source, the two energies which you dualistically are, filling with your body, becoming one with your body. And that source energy going down your roots and igniting Gaia. And you are this beautiful conduit of energy. You are the connection between heaven and earth. You are an eternal being, and yet you are also a child of Gaia. And as you feel this wonderfulness within yourself, I want you to bring your awareness back to your breath. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale, filling our lungs, our diaphragm, and our stomach. Ready? And inhale. And exhale. Let the belly button hit the spine. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, I want you to focus on those intentions that you have for this week and let them also fill every cell, every molecule, every organ, every piece of your body. Let it fill you just as source fills you, just as earth fills you. Let it fill yourself. And as you exhale, exhale which you are releasing, which no longer serves you. What are you getting rid of this week? Allow that to go. Allow it to be transmuted into something different. Release. And continue this visualization of inhale, of exhale. Inhaling intentions, exhaling what no longer serves. Continue feeling source and Gaia within your body. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a nice little time for yourself. Just relax. Go ahead, bring your awareness back into your body. Go ahead, start wiggling your fingers and your toes. And if you've had your eyes closed when you're ready, go ahead and open them up. But go ahead and take those nice, relaxing breaths as you come back. All right, so I thank you guys for hanging out with me during this live chat and figuring out what is going on for this week. Thank you to everybody who chipped in, was able to pull some cards with us. Again, I hope that you enjoyed the energetic healing. I totally love busting out my drum. But I'm going to go ahead and put the message out there. If there's anybody that would like to do the super chats or super stickers, this is something I do at the end of my live chats. I do one card draws, little mini readings for the people that do super chats, super stickers. Some people have a hard time accessing the super chats and super stickers, so they just send a little something something over to my PayPal me, which the link for that is down below. And then I'll pull a card, and I have the Tarot del Fuego here if anybody would like me to pull a card. But then we're going to go ahead and close up the circle and do a little bit of gratitudes. William said that was amazing, would want more. Hey, you know what? I made a video, actually, if you want to check out some of my videos, where I just did a little bit of shamanic drumming on there. If you guys are interested in just kind of like listening to that and you want to just like do a little guided meditation later on, definitely check out that video. I think it's under my guided meditations playlist if you want to check it out. But anyway, a little free resource for you. All right, Kayla is coming in for an eco message. Of course, of course. All right. And we have that Tarot del Fuego here. With that, all that fire energy. I don't know, I was just feeling kind of like fiery for this week. Fire. All right, Kayla, let me tap into your little baby. One of my favorite things to do is to tap into animal energy. I have no problem tapping into humans. You know, that's fine too, but I love the little fur babies. Okay, let me just make sure I have a good solid connection there first. Okay. You know, Kayla, I'll still pull a card for you, but it's like it's so much easier when it comes straight from your dog. So in my mind, so this obviously is my clairvoyance at work here. I'm trying to use my claircognizance, but my clairvoyance, what I'm seeing is your dog actually tried to get into my cabinets in the kitchen. It's like he's pawing at my cabinet doors. And he specifically is trying to get to where like my my big mixing bowls are. And so I'm asking Eco, I'm like, what do you want, a big dog bowl? Like, what do you want? And no, actually, Kayla, this is interesting. I don't know how big you are into like cooking, baking. It seems like baking specifically. But Eco is asking you to make something, to bake something. Obviously, he's not telling you, he's just asking. He thinks that you just seem to have a lot of fun and you seem to be a lot more calm when you're focused on putting ingredients together. I don't think Eco even cares what it is that you make. He is trying to get to my big mixing bowl. Okay, so my big mixing bowl is what I use for baking. So I think the translation for you then is to make something for you. Because I was like, is it somebody's birthday? What's going on? And I think he was showing like a little mini birthday cake, but to you. Like he wanted you to make something that was just for you. He knows, like you're such a giving person. You want to make things for others so much. You want to take care of, like you took care of Eco, like you take care of your sister, your siblings, your family, friends. You like caring for others. You have a very caretaker personality. But something Eco would like you to do is do a little something special for yourself. And he's catching you that no, it's not silly just to make something for yourself. that it's actually quite beneficial and it's lovely. Just like if he got something special made just for him, like he was over the moon about it because he knows that's just for him. Like nobody else is going to eat his treat. But you could do something like that for yourself. Make yourself a little treat and enjoy it. Don't worry that, oh, this is selfish. Oh, really? I'm going to go through all of this just for me. Yes, all of that just for you because you deserve it. You would do it for anybody else. Okay. I'm just letting Iko know I'm going to pull a card. Okay. Okay. Kayla said, aw, you haven't baked in a while. Well, then that might be something you want to try out again this week, just for you, just for you. I mean, if you want to share, by all means share, but Iko is very adamant that the focus and the intention is that you're doing this as a sweetness to yourself, a kindness to yourself. You'll bake myself a treat. Okay, that sounds fabulous. Okay, let me just pull a card here. All right, 8 of Wands. How perfect is that? Look at all that energy. And I know in this deck, it all looks like this. It's all fire everywhere. It's a very fiery deck. But the 8 of Wands, look how much is going on. Turning on that oven, turning on the stove. You might heat up the house a little bit, but whatever it is that you make is going to be delicious. And put as much time and effort into it as you would for anybody else. Like he's very adamant about that. He thinks that you may cut corners just because it's for you, but he's like, you wouldn't cut corners on anybody else. So, okay, wow. I love it. I love that 8 of Wands. Aw, little Iko. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. Yeah, so if anybody else wants me to pull a card, let me know. I'd be more than happy. Just do a little super chat, a little super sticker, or perhaps a little, I don't know, PayPal me. All right, Kayla, let me know. Oh, by the way, you can message me on, YouTube membership or Patreon. Email me. Let me know what you baked. Maybe take a picture. Maybe post it on the Instagrams. All right, you guys, let's go ahead. You're very welcome. Let's go ahead and close up that circle. So I'm going to take my little wand here, which this beautiful wand you can find in Desert Cauldron, if you guys are so inclined. And thanking the elementals of the north to help us, that helped us with our circle today. Thank you, Western elementals, for helping us with the circle today. Thank you, Southern elementals, for helping us with the circle today. And thank you, Eastern elementals, for helping us with the circle today. All right, our circle is complete, but it still remains as above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet to merry part, merry we do meet again. And so it is. All right, you guys. I have my little candle here. Remember, I had my little avocado. Well, he was an avocado. All right, you guys, go ahead and make a wish. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, and so it is. Yay. All right, you guys, I want to thank everybody that came into the chat today, everybody that participated, everybody who's going to watch. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and give yourself a subscription. Maybe click that notification bell so you know when I'm having my live chats. Also, if you dug today's chat, don't forget to go ahead and give that a little thumbs up. But I also want to thank my YouTube members. Remember, they're the ones that get the double vote. And also, in maybe a week or two, I was thinking of doing a Q&A. So I'm going to be asking my Patreon and my YouTube members for those Q&A questions so I can make a video on that. So thank you to Susie, Liesel, Heather, and Kayla. Thank you so much. And also my Patreon homies. So thank you to Michelle, Syrian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, Kayla, Charles, and Brian. Thank you all so very much. All right, you guys, I will catch you next time. Have a lovely week. Sending you guys lots of love. Catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.